friends, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm back for another eyeshadow palette kind of video. I love eyeshadow palettes here on this channel, and today we're going to be talking about a whole bunch of like mini smaller palettes that I love. Before we get started, don't forget to upload every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday for you guys. If you like this video while you're watching it, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. It really does help my channel out. And other than that, if you're excited and you want to hear about a bunch of really cute mini palettes, then let's go ahead and get started. I am not the creator of this type of video. I have seen Angelica Nyquist and Heather Austin do a video like this, and I'm sure a ton of other people have as well. But I feel like here in 2022, the type of palettes we like the past couple of years has kind of shifted from like the super big mega Morphe palettes down to smaller, more curated type of palettes. There's just something special about having a small curated palette that has the shades and shadows that go together perfectly, and you don't have to think about it. You don't have to think about what kind of eye look you're gonna make. All the shades go together and you just know whatever you make is gonna look cute. The largest one I have is 6 pans, and then everything else is 5 and 4 pans. Let's start off with the one that I actually have on my eyes today. I'm kind of cheating a little bit because I don't know if this is still available. I kind of don't think it is. However, if you already own it, this is my reminder to you to bring it out and use it sometime soon. Or I can see Pat McGrath bringing this back in the future, and it is the first Pat McGrath Labs and Bridgerton palette collab. This is the Mothership Diamond of the First Water. Another reason I'm kind of cheating with this is because the actual size of it is not that mini. It's rather large. It's the biggest one here in this collection I have to talk about, but it's only 6 hands on the inside. They're very spread out, so like this could have been smaller, you know what I mean? I just love this palette. I'm not going to talk about it too long because, like I said, I don't think it's still available. I have this shade right here in my crease. I've got this one on the outer corner and up into the crease. And then one of my favorite shimmer shades ever is this one right here. And I have that all over the lid, and it is just so stunning. Like truly, the quality on this is top notch. I love that when I look at this, I kind of know exactly what type of look I'm going to make. Are they all kind of similar? Yes, but that's kind of the theme with mini palettes. I feel like you're gonna get very similar looks and eyeshadow, combinations with smaller amount of pans, which I'm honestly okay with that. I kind of know that when I'm reaching into a smaller palette, but I just love this. The quality is beautiful. It's a good one. It's a good one. And if it comes back and you don't already own it, I know it's pricey, but I'm telling you, I really do think it's worth it. I also own the second one. Don't think it's as good. I would go for the first one over the second one. Sticking with Pat McGrath, we do have some more affordable ones here in the future. So like this isn't all like bougie expensive eyeshadow, but I really like some of her quads. I know sometimes they can be hit or miss when it comes to quality, but this one is a good one in my humble opinion. It's the Venus and Fleurs Luxe Quad in the shade Voyeuristic Vixen. The matte is not my favorite. Pat McGrath Labs mattes are not my favorite. This is not a new thing that I am saying here on my channel. I've been saying that for quite a long time. Her mattes just aren't my favorite, sadly. It gets a little bit patchy on me. But what I like about her quads is they're a little bit more affordable. They're not $128 like her motherships, and you do get her like stunning quality for a little less money. So like this one, this shimmer right here is really, really beautiful along with this one. These are just so impactful on your eyelids. And then this one right here, if you can see, like shifts, oh yeah, from like a gold to a cranberry. And this is like one of her special shades, which like that's kind of what you're paying for Pat McGrath. So like all of these, oh, look at that. This one's a little chunky, but just the quality on this is so pretty and so good. And like I said, you're not going to be spending like $128 on this. I believe this is still available. I want to say it is. And like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if she brings back both of these palettes for holiday coming up if they're not still available, just because they are good ones. But yeah, Pat McGrath, her quality is top notch. We all know this. And if you can get it for like not a mothership price, it's nice to be able to dabble in for a little less money. Next up, we have Colourpop, and they have been coming out with these quads here recently that can be a little hit or miss. I have tried a couple in the past that were a little bit patchy on me. I didn't completely love, but here recently, I feel like they've kind of stepped up their quality, and I have been sent quite a few in PR that I feel like are better quality than the ones I've tried in the past. What I love about these quads is they are very affordable. I want to say they're like $8 or $10. So that way you can get a quad that's curated to like the perfect tones that you want and not break the bank. Or if you want to go a little out of your comfort zone and get a more colorful one, and again, not break the bank, these are really great options. So I have quite a few here to talk about. If you caught my eyeshadow palette collection video, I have linked in the eye down below in case you missed it. But I have quite a few of these quads. Like, I want to say I have like 12, maybe 14. Again, most of them were sent to me in PR, but I have purchased quite a few on my own as well. I'm not going to talk about all of them, obviously. I just kind of picked my favorites. So I picked this one right here, which is their Beachy Keen pressed powder palette. I love this one. I think it's the most beautiful, perfect, like everyday sort of tones. I've been reaching for this quite a lot for work, and the mattes on these are just beautiful. They blend together really, really nicely. And then the two shimmers are stunning as well. You have like a gold one here and then more of a champagne. They end up showing up different on the eyes as well, which is nice. Sometimes with like quads like this, if the shimmers are too close together, it's like, all right, I only have 4 to choose from, and then these two shimmers kind of look alike. Like, what's the point? And some of the other quads, I have noticed that happening, like the Sorbet one, I believe. It's still good quality. I still think it's pretty, but the shimmers look similar. But that's not the case with this one. And like, this is the type of palette, like I said earlier, you're gonna get pretty much the same eye look every single time that you use it, but it's gonna be stunning and it's gonna be reliable and you're gonna like it. So they have quite a few of these more neutrally toned ones that I do enjoy, but I wanted to showcase some of the more colorful ones because if you maybe want to dabble in color, but you don't want to spend a lot of money, or a big colorful palette would just overwhelm you and you're like, what am I supposed to do with all of these shades? I literally don't know. These quads would be perfect because it's not confusing. Like, it's kind of foolproof. The first one I have right here is this like beautiful hot pink one. This is their strawberry sweet one. This is stunning. And again, all 4 of the shades are very, very different, which I like. This is such a beautiful hot pink shade. I know it can be a little intimidating in the pan, but it really is stunning on the eyes. And then the two shimmers are beautiful. Then we also have this blue one. I don't really care for blue eyeshadow, but when I used this one, I was blown away. I thought it was absolutely stunning. This is their Wait and See one. Again, if color scares you, this would be a really great option because there's only 4 shadows and like, you're not going to get overwhelmed. And the quality on this was really, really good. When I made the blue eye look with this, like I said, was blown away. I was like, this is absolutely stunning. I don't really care for blue eyeshadow, but this, just the tones and the way that these shimmers go together, beautiful. And another one I actually really, really love is this orangey one right here. This is their On the Mango one. Again, beautiful quality. Like, I was blown away when I used this. They are bright and bold, but not in like a overwhelming sort of way. They didn't get patchy. They didn't fluff off. They didn't blend together and make the same orange shade. You could definitely see the differentiation between these 3 oranges. And then you have just this beautiful shimmer right here. So these are going to be the type of colorful palettes that are going to get the same look every time, but it's going to be colorful and pretty and won't break the bank. So I wanted to talk about these little quads because they're really good and I've been reaching for them quite often here recently. Back to a little bit more bougie and expensive of a brand, we have Natasha Denona. I love her mini palettes, her little 5 pans. They are so good. I have a lot of them. I want to say I have like 7 maybe. I'm not going to talk about all 7. I picked 4 here, 4 of my favorites. They're just such a good way to get the Natasha Denona quality and eyeshadow formulation, again, without breaking the bank. Her midi-size palettes have gone up to $69, and then her large palettes, she hasn't released one recently, but they were like $125. I don't own any of the large ones. That's just a lot of money in my humble opinion. And Natasha Denona doesn't do sales like Pat McGrath. Like, I own quite a few motherships because I've gotten them on sale. They're still $90. But it's better than 128. But with Natasha Denona, she like doesn't do sales like Pat McGrath, which is a bummer. I feel like she should. But anyways, her mini palettes, they used to be 25. They're now 29. I don't love that, but inflation, that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother video that I'm not gonna get into because I know nothing about it. It just kind of stinks. But the 4 that I have here to talk about, the first one is the Mini Gold. Again, a little bit more of a colorful palette, but it's a good way to try out color with a beautiful formulation that you can't really mess up. These tones are just stunning on the eyes. I love using this around the holiday season. When I look at this, I just think of like Christmas and green and Christmas trees and all that. I love it. I also want to talk about the Mini Zendo. This is newer to me. I've only used it a couple times, but I do like it. I think it's a really pretty color story. It's a little bit more unique kind of sort of because it has like peachy pink corally sort of tones. Then we have the Mini Retro, one of my favorites as well. I feel like this is probably the most unique color story out of all the minis that I own. Just these tones are so pretty. I have talked about most of these palettes before on my channel, so I feel like I'm kind of being redundant. I kind of repeat myself. I'm sorry about that, but like, that's the reasons why I love all these palettes, you know what I mean? But these 2 mattes are just stunning, and then these 2 shimmers, oh my goodness. And then probably my favorite out of all the minis that I own is the Mini Nude. I love this palette with my whole entire heart. I've had it for like 3 years at this point. It is so good. I've raved about it 1,000 times on my channel. I bought it for my best friend Courtney this past year for Christmas and she loves it. There's been so many times that we've hung out together and I'm like, I like your makeup. What eyeshadow palette are you wearing? And she's like, the mini nude that you gave me, because it's just that stunning. Actually, you know what I was thinking? This one and the Colourpop Beachy Keen, they're really similar. They're really, really similar. I don't know if the quality, oh yeah, those are like, are they dupes? I feel like they might be dupes. The quality on this one's probably still a little bit better than the Colourpop one. You're kind of getting what you pay for. But if you didn't want to pay $29 for this, which I don't blame you, this is a good option at, I think 10. I think these are $10 and they're like really, really similar. But I honestly like having them both. I think they're both stunning and you cannot go wrong with the mini nude. Next up, I have this little cutie here from Viseart. This is their Petites? I don't really know how to pronounce that, 4s, and this is in Lilas. So they have a ton of these little 4-pan eyeshadow palettes that come in all sorts of different color ranges, more colorful, more neutral. They're really, really pretty. This is just the one that I gravitated towards the most and obviously picked up and purchased. This is a really beautiful palette. These two shimmers, oh my goodness. They are stunning. That was like the worst swatches I've ever done in my life. Let's try that again. Oh yeah, these are so pretty, so reflective. When you put these on your eye, you're gonna be like blown away. And then the mattes are stunning as well. I've always heard such good things about Viseart's quality and I just never ended up picking them up until recently they had a sale. But every time I use this, I am blown away. It's a beautiful like cool tone sort of palette, which I am a sucker for cool tones. But again, they have 1,000 different colorways if this is not your jam. Quality on Viseart is there. Stunning. We're back to another 6pan palette, but this one's a lot smaller than the Pat McGrath Bridgerton one, and it is from Essence. This is their Bronze This Way eyeshadow palette. I do have 2 other palettes in this sort of packaging from this sort of collection. I don't like them as much as this one, and I feel like this is the one that most people would gravitate towards anyways because of the color story. It's a little bit more neutral and everyday. I was so impressed with this palette. This is like $4. I want to say it's like $3.99. It could have gone up by now. I bought this a while ago. And again, inflation. But this is beautiful on the eyes. The 3 mattes that are in here go together so nicely. They blend together. They don't get patchy. They don't get like ashy and fluffy. Sometimes with drugstore eyeshadows, they're just like not that good of quality. And then again, these 3 shimmers are just gorgeous. Like really, really pretty. Neutral, everyday tones that you can wear with pretty much anything. And these are definitely not going to break the bank. These are definitely the most affordable of all the palettes I have to talk about. Even more affordable than the Colourpop, and these also come in quite a few different colorways. So definitely check these out if you have not yet. It's good, nice plastic packaging. You get a mirror on there, 6 beautiful shades that go together. These are not like new. They've been hyped up for a while, so you might have tried them by now. But if not, next time you're in Ulta and you check them out, I really recommend. And last but not least, we have this little one here from M Cosmetics. This is her Divine Skies eyeshadow palette in the shade Magic Hour. So she has quite a few of these. I want to say it comes in five different color stories. This is my favorite. I have 2 other ones. I like them. I have Venetian Rose and Rodin, which is a newer one, like a more neutrally one. And the Venetian Rose is rosy tones. I like both of those, but just not as much as Magic Hour. Something about Magic Hour, the quality on this one is the best in my opinion. The 3 mattes that come in here are just beautiful. They are buttery, they are soft, they go together nicely, they don't fluff away, they last all day long. Like they are stunning. And then it's really the shimmers in this palette that get me, because the other shimmers are just a little bit more subdued and I don't like that. I like a poppy and punchy shimmer on my eyelid, and this gives it to me. I had this on in my second to last video. That was like the top 3 in every single solitary category. I had this on my eyes and I hadn't reached for it in a while and I forgot how much I loved it. It is just such good quality. These are kind of pricey. I want to say they're like $38. So I would maybe wait and see if M Cosmetics has a sale. She's been having sales here recently, which is nice. So you don't have to pay full price for it, but honestly, I would. I love this one so much, but only this one. I wouldn't pay full price for the other ones, only this one. And that was it, you guys. That was some of my mini small palettes that I am loving. Again, I've talked about most of these on my channel before, but I thought it would just be fun to kind of like condense it all into one video, talk about all the small little palettes that I'm enjoying, because I know that like smaller palettes are way more popular these days than larger ones. So let me know down below, have you tried any of these? Do you like them as well? If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much. You're awesome and I love you. Please subscribe if you have not yet, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye guys.